The Northman is a Viking drama about the legend of Prince Amleth, whose father, the king, is murdered by his brother, Amleth's uncle, who then becomes a usurper by marrying the queen, Amleth's mother, and taking the throne. Amleth takes revenge by killing the usurper. Sound a lot like Hamlet, Prince of Denmark? The story of Amleth was the inspiration for William Shakespeare's Hamlet. The Northman presents the story of Amleth in the style of myth and legend, with striking visuals and a bare-bones storyline. But in terms of the film's message, The Northman is similar to Shakespeare in presenting the moral gray areas of kingship. In the Shakespeare play, Hamlet is commanded by the ghost of his father, the dead king, to kill the usurper. A strange occurrence, needless to say. The ghost appears to Hamlet and his friends, so we have witness corroboration, so to speak. The ghost is wearing the same armor he wore years ago when he killed the King of Norway in a duel and took some land. Now, by the end of the play, that land is reclaimed by the invading Crown Prince of Norway, young Fortinbras. He's the son of the murdered King of Norway, also named Fortinbras. This indicates the principle that kingship often carries with it a murderous history and murderous obligations going forward. When Shakespeare wrote Hamlet, it was around the time that England and Scotland were united under one king, James I. Later, Shakespeare wrote Macbeth, which was even less flattering about kingship in how Macbeth ascended to the throne. Now, scholars mostly assume that Shakespeare was trying to win favor with James I by suggesting that Queen Elizabeth I was wrong to execute Mary, Queen of Scots, for treason. She was the mother of James I. But given the convoluted nature of James I's accession to the throne, and given the convoluted nature of the kingships in Hamlet, I don't think that that's all Shakespeare was trying to say. He presents the kingships in an unflattering manner on purpose. The ghost of Hamlet's father appears and demands that he execute the usurper, Hamlet's uncle Claudius, although Hamlet's father himself killed the previous king of Norway in combat over a mere land dispute. And maybe the sheer pettiness of that action regarding Norway is one of the reasons why Hamlet's father was doomed to dwell in purgatory until his sins were burned away, as the ghost himself discusses in the play. And the ghost eventually brings about the death of his own son Hamlet, doesn't he? By commanding Hamlet to murder his uncle. So the play, in that sense, is a morality play about kingship and power. And so is The Northman. The moral gray areas around kingship in this film focus on violence toward women and slaves. We know that throughout history, rape and pillaging were frequently associated with the conquest of land, including the Viking era and even during the Crusades. Women have never fared well when armies invade, and captured civilians always have been taken as slaves, all of their rights and property stripped, treated like animals. All of that happens in the film or is referenced in the film. In the Shakespeare play, Queen Gertrude becomes one of the spoils of war when Hamlet's uncle Claudius murders Hamlet's father. Claudius marries Gertrude, which gives him a path to the throne. In The Northman, the queen, played by Nicole Kidman, is central to this story about the moral gray areas. Without giving away the entire plot, after Amleth's uncle Fjolnir kills Amleth's father, the king, Fjolnir becomes king, but only for a short time. The famous King Harald of Norway displaces Fjolnir, who's relegated to chieftain status and a small patch of land in Iceland. Now, in this film, The Northman, the queen is happy in her marriage to the usurper Fjolnir, much as Gertrude was happy in her marriage to Claudius. But in the case of The Northman, the queen is happy with Fjolnir even after he loses the throne, so it seems she's less interested in being queen than in being treated with respect. But the queen doesn't get off easy here. Her story takes a further twist toward the end of the film that seems designed to make the audience uncomfortable. Hamlet is a tale of revenge, and so is The Northman. And the director, Robert Eggers, astutely shows us that Amleth has a choice. He can choose to abandon his revenge quest and live happily ever after with the woman he rescued from the clutches of Fjolnir. There's a moment in which they escape from Iceland, and it's literally smooth sailing back to Norway, but Amleth jumps off the ship and swims back to Iceland to complete his revenge. This is very different from Shakespeare's Hamlet. Hamlet resides in the claustrophobic quarters of the castle and is haunted by the ghost of bad decisions past. It seems that Hamlet has less room to maneuver and to plan an escape from the cycle of violence and assassination in which his family and nation have become embroiled. That's what modern leaders do, contemporary leaders, but not Hamlet and not Amleth either. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, leave a like and don't forget to subscribe.